Hey y'all, it's Pam and thanks for joining me here at Living in Charlottesville. Today we are actually going to go and check out what is beyond this mound of dirt. This is actually Charlottesville's brand new, dirt is still being moved and will be for years to come, master plan community. I'm going to turn you around so you can see what is going on. As you can see, this is actually Brook Hill, and it is Charlottesville's newest master plan community. It is located right off of 29. You can see the cars on 29 there, and the corner of Polo Grounds Road, which is down that way. We're just north of the Rivanna River, and we're next to the Forest Lakes community, which is going to be over yonder. So thanks for joining me. Let's go see what we can find out, and I can introduce you to the newest community, the newest master plan community. Let's go. This is very funny. Do you see this? Hold on, let me show you. I'm thinking that is a misplaced sign, because unless you bring a tent, there is nothing around this area that is ready to move in right here. Anyways, we are moving on. So a couple things. Brook Hill is this entire development. This is going to be a master plan community, and it encompasses quite a few aspects. So that's why you need to give me a call, because you might not know what's coming or where it's going. This is going to be going on for quite a while, and I don't want you to miss out if this is the right fit for you with living in Charlottesville. So right now, where we are walking by is called Archer at Brook Hill, and these are actually apartments that you can rent. From what I understand, they have 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Back to what's going on and what I'm going to show you. This community, this Brook Hill, started in zoning back in the early 2000s. And they obviously allow dogs. Hi, baby. After all the approval got done and everything, because they actually had to rezone. This was all because, I mean, let's face it, Polo Grounds is just down that way. Forest Lakes, Hollymead is up that way. This was all zoned single family residential. So what they had to do, the developer had to get approved and get the zoning switched and get it switched over to the neighborhood model zoning. So that way it could be approved for more, denser, and with a variety. So that started early 2000s. By the time you get through all that, because let's just say Albemarle is not very friendly for building, it can take a while for certain things. Then the actual building, moving dirt, everything else started right around COVID. And we know how all that went. So now it's really kicking in. But as I come up here to give you an overview, I'm going to turn you around. So there is okay. So that is Archer. Those are the apartments. And this is the 29 corridor. 29 corridor. So if you see the truck with the lights and the stoplights down there, that is going to be Polo Grounds Road. Now I'm going to show you All right, we're gonna walk on back So this is your main entrance. But you can enter over off of Polo Grounds Road. And my gut tells me I honestly have not looked at all the plans, because as a master plan community, it can go on for years and it sort of like bob and weave and adjust. But like I was saying, the apartments went up first. So they've been renting out the apartments for a few years now. The building aspect, the condos, some of the townhomes, those all started going up in about 2021 is when I started to see them on the multiple listing service. So really now it's getting into full speed. So the building of everything else is going full swing now. Residences and everything, and the town center, and some other amenities, which are very cool, and I want to show you and tell you about. This will take years to develop. These are going to be condos. I think what these are referred to as is 2-over-2 condos. So it's a single level living. They're condos, so you only own within the 4 walls, and the condo association is responsible for all exterior. But I think if you live on the upper condo, obviously you have to utilize stairs. You notice on the doors, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's an A and a B. An A and a B. And they have, look at the terrace porch or terrace decks. Very pretty. So these are condos. Now the other thing is, this is a mixed use master plan community. So what does that mean? It means that a very, very large area, in this case, 277 acres, was developed on paper and incorporated everything from 1,500 residential units, apartments, things like that, condos, apartments, single family homes, but also, this is cool, this area includes Anthology, which is a senior living facility. So it offers assisted living and memory care. It's actually very cool. I like that. So we're actually passing one of the condos that is for sale. All right, let's continue on and see what else we can get into. Okay, so we talked about it's a 277 acre development. That's going to be total. So that's just not for the residential living. That's going to include everything, soup to nuts. So the center area where we see all the dirt going on is actually going to be the town center, I believe. And part of that town center is, we talked about the medical offices and commercial space, hotel space, well, a couple of other big things, which are going to be an ice skating rink. Nothing pretty over there. So it includes this whole area, I believe, is going to incorporate the new ice skating rink. We used to have an ice skating rink located on the downtown mall. That's been gone for a few years. But from what I understand, it's still on the books for here at Brook Hill. Another thing is they're predicting an amphitheater and farmers market, and what else? Oh, the big one. So the big thing is, in the center, they actually say it's going to be a 7-acre hillside. So could that be it? I don't know. Could it be beyond that? Maybe. That is going to be the site for a new Northern Feed Albemarle Elementary School. 7 acres has been allocated near the center of the development. All right, we're moving on. Okay, so I'm back in the car, trying not to get into an accident. There's more traffic here than I expected. So the next thing is who? Well, thank you. Who is building here? So the two current builders are actually going to be Stanley Martin, and the other one is Greenwood Homes. Those are the two primary builders currently. Okay, so I've pulled over because I want to be safe. Even though I'm touring you around, I want to be safe about it. So currently Stanley Martin Construction and Greenwood Homes are the two primary builders that are building in the Brookwood Town Center. Stanley Martin has been here for a while. They're actually the ones that did the condos, and they are currently doing townhomes. Now, their townhomes, I will say, they're not 3 and 4 levels. They're actually only a couple of levels. So that's very, very nice. They also offer a single floor living. So Stanley Martin is a large quantity builder, okay? And they build everywhere from West Virginia, Maryland, obviously Virginia. They go into North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, all the way down into Florida. So they are a very large quantity builder. So with that knowledge, and I'll talk about Greenwood builders in a minute, I pulled up the active MLS listings for Brookwood, and currently there are 6 active listings. They range in price from $389 going up to $542,000. We walked by one of them. So a couple of them are condos, and then the other ones are going to be, and those are going to be resales, because they've obviously, people are living in those currently. They've been built within the past few years. So those are resales. The new construction, the other ones are all new construction, all by Stanley Martin. And those are going to be these townhomes down here that I'm going to show you. As per Stanley Martin, they say main level living starting from $499, $590. So main level living, which is good. I mean, I would love main level living. I actually have main level living on my house. But starting at $500,000. Residentials, the variety of residentials in this entire subdivision will be condos, townhomes, single family homes. So you're going to have the good variety of it. Now here's the best part. For the 6 that are currently on the market, the lot size. Can we say postage stamp? So obviously a condo has 0 because you don't own land. You only own within your 4 walls. So the condos have 0.00 of an acre. Now, if you're really wanting to stretch and look at the townhomes, then those actually go up to 0.07 of an acre. what to do with all that yard work. Oh my goodness. So then the next one is actually Greenwood Builders, and they are building in the Grove at Brook Hill. So those will be semi-custom homes and a more local touch builder. I've worked with Greenwood Homes when they were known as something else, and they were fabulous to work with, but they're still, again, a builder. This entire area will obviously be HOA or COA, condo association, or homeowners association. Currently, that runs about $140 a month, which then equals about $1,700 for the year. What you should get with that, or what you should see, because again, a lot of this is not in place yet. There should be at least one clubhouse. There will be basketball courts, play areas, and walk-run trails. Now, both sides of the street do have ample sidewalks, so I don't think that's what they're talking about. I'm thinking what they're talking about is they're going to weave some walk-run trails on the buffer areas that separate Brook Hill from the other neighborhoods, such as Forest Lakes and such. But as a reminder, this is why you need to call, text, or email me before you stop in or contact any builder, quite honestly, any builder. A prime example, this was actually it was just bad. A prime example, I had clients who I had been working with for a couple of months, and we were starting to talk about new construction, because again, there's no inventory here. So new construction, at least you can pick out most of your stuff. You can decide how much or how little, and you don't have to sit there and bid on it, where we're still seeing multiple bids on a lot of homes because of lack of inventory. But as they were leaving town, they drove by a community similar to this one, not this one, but similar to this one. And the builder, they stopped in real quick. Then they told me about it, like when they finished up looking around the model home and all that kind of stuff. And they were actually very interested in it. And I said, okay, hold on. So they called me after they finished, and I was like, oh no, this is just going to be a nightmare. So as soon as I hung up with them, I called immediately the person they had spoken with on site with the model home, and I was promptly informed that I would not be included or invited to participate should my clients move forward, because they were now officially unrepresented, which means the people at the model home took their name, phone number, email, information, put it in their database, and then said, nope, they are our clients for the next, I think it was like 2 years. It was something ridiculous. So it was a set time, but I'm pretty sure it was like for 2 years, that if they built with this particular builder, which was a quantity builder, that I was not going to be allowed to help them at all. The other part about that is when we chatted regarding the full picture with my clients about what they had experienced and everything, they actually really did like the community and they liked what they saw. But they said after they got in, and then especially after I told them what I had found out, they were like, well, they said they really could feel the writing on the wall in dealing with them. So they could see that they were trying to cut them out in essence. So as a reminder, please don't think you're bothering me. Do not go in. Don't ever give your name and number to anybody. I am happy to help you. And it's because I want to make sure that you're taken care of. If you go in, you're an unrepresented buyer. You're not going to save any money. I'll tell you that right now. Actually, working with me or another real estate realtor you potentially could save more money than working directly, because the salespeople may or may not be a realtor or a real estate agent, but their paycheck and their fiduciary responsibility is to the builder. It's not going to be to you. So their goal is to be your best friend and to look out for their builder, their client, the person they have to look out for their financial responsibility, the fiduciary responsibility in dealing with them. So again, don't think you're ever going to bother me. Don't think you're going to bother your agent. Don't stop in just to take a peek or ask for information or give your name or number, because I don't want you stuck without representation. So that's all I want to get across to you. Reach out. It's not a bother. Okay, let's see what else. What's next? Okay, so we're wrapping up. You've seen a lot of the community. I'm actually on the edge in the back because again, I just want you to see what this looks like now, and because I can't wait to see what it's going to look like totally finished. And look, we found the end of the road and the end of the sidewalk. That does not mean that's the end of the development, because I dare say that is probably still quite a bit. So I'm just going to turn you around so you can see. Even with a buffer, that would go pretty far down there. Here's our pretty mountains that surround us. So let's talk about the pluses. Why would this be good for you or not good for you? The biggest plus is you could not get better schlep factor. And I know, some people don't. My word for it is schlep. It's that where you have to get in the car and you have to go find parking and you have to do this and you have to do that. And it's 20 steps before you even get to your destination. That's, to me, schlep. So in this case, your schlep factor for Brook Hill is going to be the bomb diggity. Looking at, right now, I am looking at 29. Well, I don't really see it, but I'm looking in the direction. So let's see, north, south, east. So I'm looking west onto 29. If I went out Brook Hill main entrance, the one we came in on, the one you saw, I can easily hop right onto 29 north. So if I worked at, say, Injic, DOD, the Rivanna station, if I worked at Emerson, if I worked out Green, Culpeper, Madison, if I worked up north, oh my gosh, this would be lovely to be my starting point for my commute, because most of everybody's complaining traffic is actually more towards the Charlottesville, Albemarle way. Now, the other thing is, if I wanted to go left, then I would actually go up here and turn down and go out Polo Grounds Road. That is actually, has a light at it, and we will go out that way so you can see it. It's not thrilling, I just want you to see it. If I go out at the light, I could turn left easily. I go right over the Rivanna, and immediately to my left are going to be UVA Medical Center facilities. To the right is actually going to be the Walmart, Sam's Club. This is all within a half mile. Like, I could walk there from here right now. Go a little bit farther, you're going to find several grocery stores, Lowe's, a soon-to-be in maybe 2 years Home Depot, and all of that's just going to be within the next 1 or 2 miles, turning out and going left. If I turned out and went, so if I went straight and then went right out onto 29 North, and I continued going north, within 3 miles is going to be Hollymead Town Station, Hollymead Town Center, I don't know. Large shopping center, has Kohl's, Domino's, Target, several restaurants. There's a Five Guys up there. There's a Chipotle up there. Oh, that's where PetSmart is. So if you want to see more about that, then head over to my Moving with Dogs to Charlottesville, because I actually drive by there. So that Hollymead Town Center is just up here to the right. Right past that is CHO, C-H-O, the Charlottesville Albemarle Airport. So very, very simple. So if you're a commuter that goes up to DC, up to New York, then real quick, be able to hop up there. You could Uber up there so you don't have to worry about parking or anything. It'd probably be like a $5 Uber, not even that much. So schlep factor is great, absolutely great. Also, the fact is it's all new construction. So you're starting from ground zero. So your time clocks start here. So your HVAC is new, your roof is new, everything's new. You don't have to worry about squat. But on that same token, this is why you want to make sure that you're reaching out to me and working with me, because when you work with if you do build, that could be a 2-year relationship, because most decent builders, you're going to have a 1-year post-occupancy punch list where they will fix things that did not turn out as planned. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. But huge, huge. Oh, and the other really cool thing, this entire area has fiber internet. So you're not gonna, I mean, there's nothing to complain about there. Fiber internet. It's gonna be the fastest internet you can get in the area. Minuses. Okay. Okay. There you go. That is my prime reason you may not want to live here, because it's a big project. I mean, we just saw a little poof of what's going to be happening here, because remember, 275 acres. So you would be living among construction zone. And when you're finished, it's going to be a lot of concrete. And the reason I bring that up is because when I grew up here, because I've grown up here, when I raised my family, that was a big part of it. Like, I was thrown out the door, told not to come back until the sun went down, kind of thing. So we would go play in the creeks. We'd go play in the Rivanna. We would go explore in the woods. We would go explore in barns that were falling down. So here it's going to be, there will be green space, but it's going to be a planned residential master community. So the green space is going to be limited. Yeah, some people love that. Some people absolutely adore that. I just talked to a client, and I will say this. Reminder, I don't do rentals. I can try to help as much as possible, but I don't do rentals. So I was helping him because he was asking me about several of the apartment complexes. And one of them, I gave him the feedback that it would not appeal to me, because I didn't think it would appeal to any family, because it was a concrete jungle. Completely surrounded by major roads, concrete jungle. And he actually laughed about it and said that was interesting, because where he and his wife have grown up, that's all they've known. So for them, it's an added feeling of security to have that. So I don't know. We got to figure out what's right for you as we're traversing and looking all around. But again, going back to it, what I was saying, remember, buying new construction, no matter who the builder is, can be up to a 2-year commitment, because it can be a year to build it, and then most decent builders give you 12 months to come back and take care of any items that I mean, not intentionally, but any items that are not up to par, such as nail pops, cracks in the walls, stuff like that. They're not going to come back and reseed your lawn or replant anything. But with a 2-year commitment to them, you want to make sure, again, I'm on your side. Their builder rep is on their side. We work together as a team. So going in unpammed, I guess is a good way to put it. Going in by yourself, you're not going to save any money. Actually, you'll probably save more money going in with me because, as you know, I don't exactly sugarcoat things. So when you're wanting to tile the front hallway in pink tile that will increase the house by $10,000, I'm probably going to be the one that says, that sounds lovely. But I think you need to really consider if that's on your must-have list. Because in 5 to 7 years, when you call me to sell it, that's actually going to be an issue on resale. So instantly I've saved you money. So that's why. Again, you can, there's lots of great realtors in the area. Of course, I think I'm the best. I'm a relocation specialist. I work with people all the time, moving here, moving away from here. And I would love to help you with it. And let me add on with that, specifically with working with builders. And that is, actually, it's not even just builders, but you want to make sure that you're represented, period, working with someone who knows the areas and who knows what they're looking for and not looking for. Some, especially the newer planned communities, offer or have restrictions. Some have restrictions such as you can only have certain breeds of dogs, or you can only have so many cats or so many pets, period. So you want to know all these before you actually are in debt, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, and find out you have to turn around and sell it because you're not going to give away your pit bull. So again, I work for you. We find the best fit for you. And if Brook Hill Commons is the right fit, great. But if not, at least you know that you tried, you investigated it, you checked it all out. So since we were just talking about new construction, let me remind you, new construction in this area can be a great option, phenomenal option. There's a lack of inventory. You don't have to bid. You don't have to go into a lottery for new construction here. You need to go in informed and represented, that's for sure. But you need to also recognize that doing new construction, depending at what point you're coming into the plan, into the flow of things, can be anywhere from a 6-month to a 1-year timeline, very realistically. Now, right now we are in the very end of February, and you can see it's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be in the 50s. So this is, perfect weather for construction, meaning all the crews can be out, they can be going at it gangbusters. But if there should be a turn in weather, then timing might get thrown off, things like that. But you just need to recognize if you do new construction, it can be up to almost like a 2-year commitment to a builder that you want to make sure you're represented in. And it can take 6 months to a year to actually close on a home and move into it. So if it's a spec house, they've set all the stuff, so you don't get to pick anything. You might be able to get into it in, 4 to 5 months. But if you're actually choosing, and especially if you're choosing lots, then most of the decent builders are going to be pushing a year for build out. If you have a private builder, if you're doing a custom build, you're probably looking at least 10 months to 16 months. Because again, most of our custom builders, they are very sought after. And if somebody can start next month, you probably don't want them anyways. But this is why you need to reach out to me. Whether it is a plumber or a builder, let's work together and let's see what's the right fit for you. Okay? That's it. You've now seen everything there is to see about Charlottesville's newest master plan community, Brook Hill. This is going to be a phenomenal, very large master plan community. Nothing quite like it on this north end of town. The next closest thing is going to be North Point, which is going to be a little bit farther up on the other side of, in essence, on the other side of the airport, where the airport is at 29. We will go back there. We've been there. If you want to check out my new construction video, you can see what North Point looked like several months ago. And when I go back out, you will not believe what it looks like now. And it's still building out as well. Anyways, we are in Brook Hill. Everything from apartments to a senior living to condos to full-on family homes or townhomes or villas, as they're calling them. But I just want to make sure that you remember, give me a call, shoot me a text, give me an email. Let me know how I can help you. And because I really want to make sure that living in Charlottesville comes as easy and natural as it has been for me. And I want you to enjoy it and love it as much as I do. So on that note, make sure you check out some of my other videos. I got the one on pets. You can see that the shopping center with the PetSmart and stuff in it. Check out the one on new construction if this is the way you're leaning. You'll learn lots. I actually talked more about the process and show a lovely home that was the model. And I think that might have changed now. That's one of the reasons I want to get back out there. But let me know. If you've enjoyed this at all, I'd love your thumbs up so that I know I'm not talking to myself. I would love to know that somebody's out there. If there's something you want me to see or talk about or go show you, let me know. I would love to do that. This video actually came from one of my viewers who asked me about what is the newest planned community. And I said, well, I'm going to find out and show it to you. So that's what I'm doing. So anyways, until next time, I'm going to drive out so that you can see how we exit onto Polo Grounds Road, so you can see how super simple it is. But until next video, check out some of my other ones. See ya!